I went to this event where this EM2 and the E-Cascadia were on display at Titan Freight Systems here in Portland, Oregon. And they were like one of the very first recipients of these EVs, guys. These are EVs. As I am finishing up the editing of this video, I just wanted to give a massive shout out to all of the folks at the Oregon EV Owners Association group. Go ahead and check them out if you're in the Portland area, oeva.org. And it's like $20 a year, and you get to go to some really, really cool events. So if you're interested in EVs or have an EV, definitely feel free to check them out. I also wanted to say a thank you and shout out to Daimler. They were kind enough to host our event, and they had some really cool trucks on display. We'll actually get into some of those in this video. I also wanted to give a massive shout out to the Western Antiques Airplanes Automobiles Museum. They were so cool and brought a 1914 Detroit Electric that we're actually going to go on a ride in. So stay tuned. I hope that you guys enjoy the video. Leave a comment, hit the subscribe button for me. It really, really helps out the channel. All right, let's get into it. Box truck EV is the EM2, and then the E-Cascadia is the regular semi-truck. It's just a single cab, like they're daily runners. Super cool. I think that they said this one got like roughly 140 miles of range, and that the other one got roughly 150 miles of range. However, with regen and, proper driving, they were able to get the E-Cascadia to about 180 miles of range. Super cool. Daimler is, the parent company who makes these machines. They also do Freightliner, Daimler, obviously. Shout out to Daimler for making an amazing machine to help us get to, energy cleanliness on our roads with heavy duty vehicles. It's a big deal, guys. It's a really, really big deal. And I couldn't be more happy to come and hang out at the Daimler headquarters here in Portland, Oregon, and be able to participate in this event and bring you guys a little bit of content. So I hope that you guys enjoy this event with the Oregon Electric Vehicle Association. Let's go see what happens throughout the day. I've got the car on display until 4 p.m. Hopefully I'll be able to see some of you guys out here. This is nice. This is real nice. Look at all this. This is absolutely gorgeous. What a nice facility this Daimler spot is. I like this. Look at these little things. Aren't they just the most adorable smart cars? Oh, gotta love the smarts. They're just so cute. All three of them are green. Got some Kias over here. Is this a Nero, EV9, EV6? Test drive participants only past this point. So they've got, Ioniq 5 to test drive. XC30 over there, I think. Maybe a Nero. Ford Lightning. Mustang, of course. Got the Honda Prologues over here. Just go ahead and roam through. Oh, there goes the big boy out there. A little Cybertruck action. Aria, Leaf.
Got the new Polestar 3 out and about here. Am I in the wrong area here? I'm gonna be in the wrong area. Test drive participants only cam. Polestar 3, let's go. I got the new, is that the Luna silver something? Some type of silver. Can't remember which one that is. Ooh, they got the rally spec Mustang Mach-E over here. This is pretty cool. I actually haven't really taken a close look at the rally before. Good thing that they have this in here. Lord knows that you don't want to get stuck in that frunk. Definitely don't want to get stuck in that frunk. Couple of differences that I'm noticing. Obviously, the lip, the fog lights are a little bit different than I've noticed on the regular Mach-E's. I could be wrong. I'm not a Mach-E expert. The rims are different. Hey, it looks like they're on Michelin Cross Climate 2s. Yeah, look at that. Michelin Cross Climate. Okay, so that just kind of flips and flops around. Not too bad. Could be worse. This charge port door is massive in comparison to the Tesla. I wonder if it is unlocked. It sure is. Very cool. Okay, so this looks like a regular Mach-E, except these seats are definitely a little bit nicer. We've got some micro suede here. Actually feels really comfortable. Ford Performance badge. This is nice. Caution, do not touch display. During installation, this film can be removed before usage. So I guess that this car didn't actually drive here. But pretty nice. It looks like these pedals might be a little bit different too, a little bit more micro suede here, and then a different material. It's kind of a hard cloth up there. I don't really know if I like the fact that they did two different materials here. I would have personally just liked to see the micro suede all the way around. Got a nice little bit of storage area underneath the top storage area. Kind of interesting way to use that space. Not necessarily how I would have done it. And then you've got a really large speaker up front. I assume that's a speaker. So I'd be interested to see how this sounds. If you guys didn't know, you pop the door open with the electronic door opener right there. And then you've got a back seat. Wow, look at this. That seems extra pricey. And if I have to be honest, I don't love how much room there is between here and there. They're expecting someone to be able to sit there. That seems awfully cramped. But nice little bit of the micro suede here. And this is a bit of a different texture. I can't quite tell what this piece is, but this is not as comfortable. And I don't really like how much that moves. Still pretty cool. No glass roof in the rally spec. I do like this yellow. Again, comparable trunk size to the Model Y and to the Polestar 3 that we just saw. Seems like a pretty normal CUV style car. Let's see, how much does this one cost? There we go, $61,890 is the total MSRP on this. Look at this thing all extracted up. So the Cybertruck is kind of old news by now, but this is one of the events where you can come and drive a Cybertruck if you haven't already gotten the chance to do so. And this one is in extract mode, I assume, and all the way up. I mean, this is like a good 6, 7, 8 maybe inches. I can't even tell. It is huge. This is a dual motor, no three-headed dog on the back. Oh, I didn't realize that there was a Foundation series listed there. Little things here and there that you find, but man, this is just so big. If you haven't had the chance to take a look at a Cybertruck yet, in person, they are just massive. Absolutely massive. Model Y on display here. This looks like it might be a standard range or a long range. They've got a new Model 3, standard range or long range, I assume. Oh, and there goes the Cybertruck. Oh, whoa. Getting that steer-by-wire feel going on. Figuring it out. There's the Model 3 Performance there. Model X in the new, I want to say it's Luna Silver. I can't remember. Model S, Model Y. And this, the Polestar 3. Y'all, welcome to the Polestar 3 if you guys haven't seen it yet. This actually isn't my first time seeing the Polestar 3. I saw this in Washington whenever I went to see the Cybertruck for the very first time. They have a Polestar store up in the Bellevue. Yes, the Bellevue Mall. I don't remember what it was called. But anyways, I did go and see the Polestar 3 up in Washington whenever I went to see the Cybertruck for the first time. Interesting design here. Look at that. That's like a front spoiler, I guess. Super cool. But I assume that this is a Model Y competitor from what I understand. Got it charged up to 91%, showing 250 miles worth of range. This is pretty nice in here, guys. Pretty darn nice, if I do say so myself. Let's see what the back looks like. I love these rims. What are these, 23s, 24s? They're massive on here. Yeah, I think that they're 24. Let's see if I can, R22s. Nope, I lied. 22-inch rims, but massive. And then the cargo space, pretty decent amount of cargo space. This is easily comparable to the Model Y. Really beautiful car, though. Not sure how much the Polestar 3 is going for, but I'm pretty sure that it's a little bit more pricey than the Model Y. And I can see why. It's a really, really nice piece. Oh, Fisker! Ooh, RAV4 plug-in hybrid, Mach-E, Bolt EV, Model Y pulling a trailer. Look at this old Corvair, though. Look at this thing. This is gorgeous. 1964 Corvair EV conversion. Brave leaving that top down, bro. Real brave. Let's see what. Whoa, dude. Tesla Model S motor up in this. What? I assume it's a Model S. Net Gain Motors Inc. 144 volt, 8100 RPM max, 250 amp. Maybe it's not a Tesla motor. Maybe it's something different. But wow, this thing's clean, dude. This is old scuffed. Poor thing. Look at her. She's just all tired and stuff. Been out here for a long time. And this is Alex's Model S, dude. 2015, 462,000 miles. Can't go far in an EV, y'all.
Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. A massive shout out to Alex, the EV repair guy on YouTube. Guys, he's up here in the Pacific Northwest and he fixes EVs. Out of warranty, whatever. He's really, really smart and definitely good at what he does. He used to work for QC Charge, and you might have seen him on an out-of-spec video. So I didn't get a clip of him in this video, but his car is here. Shout out to Alex, the EV repair guy on YouTube. If you're not already subscribed, definitely go and subscribe to his channel.
Somebody is showing off with their Ioniq 5 here in what looks like the matte paint. And they're charging. You can see the little indicator there going. They got the level 2. And then we've got a Honda Fit. So, all right, we'll check back in a couple of hours and see what all is going on. Oh, dude, they're powering it out of the... Oh, that is dope. That is super dope. So they've got the J1772 to 120 to power the Keurig. That is super cool.
These are special.
I believe it.
These are Edison cells that were
Wow.
designed, manufactured, and guaranteed for 80 years by Thomas Edison himself.
Really?
Yeah. It was a $600 option on this car when the Ford factory worker was making $650 a year.
Wow.
So it's a pricey option.
Wow.
But they would, in fact, really last 80 years. That was no kidding. They're nickel iron with the
amazing.
electrolyte is an alkaline instead of an acid, so that's why they acid. Incredibly robust. You could undercharge them, charge them to zero, or drain them to zero, overcharge them. You could freeze them.
Wow.
You could short them.
How
It wouldn't
cool.
hurt.
How many kilowatt hours?
You know, I don't know what the capacity was.
Okay.
The battery pack would have been nominally 42 volts in the front and 42 in the back, but I don't really know what the overall capacity. I can look that up though.
Okay.
I can look that up.
Yeah, very interesting. How far would you say that it could go on a charge
80
from
miles.
new? 80 miles.
80 miles in
Wow.
1914.
Why didn't this take off? You know, I mean, what more did they? How far were they going in 1914? They, you know what I'm like?
This was designed to be a city car. So it only does 25 miles an hour. Which is plenty fast.
That's more than enough.
And 80 miles is more than enough range.
In 1914, you don't need to do. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, you're investing at that point, right? You know, because. And how would they charge it? I guess
it had a wall charge. First off, you had to have
electricity, right?
And AC won those wars,
right?
So you had a wall charger with. We have one. We don't use it because these are just for display. We have golf cart batteries.
Okay, very cool.
Run it. But we have one of the old rectifiers.
Wow.
Beautiful, vacuum tube this big with vanes and everything.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Little box though, like a big red box.
How cool.
Yeah.
How cool.
It's funny too because I've seen other battery chargers that they had for Detroit Electric stuff that would be like the size of a refrigerator. So I don't know if that was like the high current version or what.
And was Detroit Electric in any way, shape, or form moved into like Dodge at some point? Was there? I know that like that was in that same area. I just don't know if it was like a completely different company or if it got absorbed.
Yeah, it was a completely different company, and in fact, it's the end result of a company called Anderson Carriage.
Okay.
So Anderson Carriage started making electric cars. They changed the name to Detroit Electric.
Interesting.
And then in like 2020, somebody bought the name. Maybe you're familiar with it. They started making electric sports cars.
Really?
Called Detroit Electric.
Interesting.
So
no, I had no idea.
Detroit Electric, the first one that comes up are the new ones.
Okay.
And they're out of business now. But
really? Oh, that's unfortunate.
But they did resurrect the name and the logo.
Wow.
So it lived on for a while.
It's so neat, and I'm so happy that you guys have this on display. I think that it's amazing.
And we put hundreds of miles on this every year.
Really?
Yeah, we have. How do we know? Well, we have a little odometer in the hub here. We don't have a speedometer.
Okay.
We don't have an odometer in the dash, but we have an odometer in the hub.
Wow.
And we put hundreds of miles on it every year, just going around the museum and coming to events like this.
So did you guys trailer it over here from the museum?
Yeah,
okay.
We've got a big covered trailer. We had to have a really big one because it's pretty high.
Yeah, it's a pretty impressive, cab and everything. It looks like it was definitely made for an upper class citizen.
Oh yeah. This cost $3,200 in 1914.
Wow.
That's well over $100,000 now.
Really?
No steering wheel, you had a steering tiller.
Okay. How cool. And would this be something that somebody would have like a person drive them most of the time, or would they drive it themselves?
They had a model that was probably better for that, and it was a little bit bigger, and it had two of these what are called masts. It had two ways to drive it.
Interesting.
So you weren't always a backseat driver. There was one where you could drive it from the front, and that might have been a driver because definitely the people who bought this had chauffeurs.
Right. That's kind of what I was expecting. Is that it being that expensive, whomever bought it probably didn't drive it and wanted to be taken wherever they wanted to go.
In this particular case, they probably did drive it because it was actually marketed to women.
Oh, wow.
And, almost to the exclusion of men. Men didn't want to buy it because it had a reputation of being a ladies' car.
Interesting. Was that because it was electric, or was that just the Detroit brand?
It was actually a deliberate marketing thing.
Okay.
Because in 1914, most cars still had to be hand cranked.
Okay. Yes.
That
okay.
took some oomph, and you didn't want to do it if you're dressed up.
I see. Wow. How cool.
Actually, I guess let's load it up, and I'll take you for a ride while Pete's taking a break.
Okay. Sounds great.
You can ride with this gentleman.
Yeah. All right.
Three
Cool.
seats.
Be careful on this pedal, so I'm stepping on your toes.
All good. Yeah. I will keep myself right here.
Now, most times I can stop with electric, but I'm trying to save the battery power.
Yeah.
So we can run all day.
Really?
Because we generally drive this whole thing. In the morning, it's nice and peppy going around. The batteries get lower and slower. At the end of the day, it's just creeping along. Because we run this thing quite a bit.
Wow.
Yesterday we had this thing running around the museum, doing a lot of rides. we charged up at nighttime, and then so we're now going a lot faster. Normally this thing goes about 22 miles an hour. We choked it down to 8, and normally had like 5 speeds forward. We got it down to 3 because this thing's very top heavy. And actually, what we're doing when I move this lever here, underneath it is a big rotating drum with copper contacts. So as I move forward, it's putting more voltage to the motor. More voltage, the faster it goes. And so we start with 6 volts, go to about 48 volts at a different second. Now to drive this thing, this is my steering wheel. See, it's nice and curved here, by the way. It looks like round to me. But the only curved part's here. And right now, this, if I push away from me, I go left. I pull it toward me, it goes right. But if I push it now, wheels don't turn. I have to be moving for that situation.
Okay.
And that's doing this. Because rheostats were not invented yet. That's why it's a king size stepper motor. So you'll feel little jerks as I change gears or change voltage to go to the motor. So that's putting more electricity to the motor directly. There's no transmission, no gears, no nothing. It's just what we dump in the motor, and off it goes.
How
And
cool.
now also I have a emergency brake on. Now this brake I can do brakes, and it has steel cables going to the back of the rear wheels. If I use electric brake, it's just plain braking the motor, kind of throwing some reverse voltage into it to stop the vehicle. So I use brakes, foot brake most of the time. But on the emergency brake, you can already pull it out. This emergency brake, little tiny one, you push it down. So when you push it down, there's a little metal tab. When I push this one down, it takes him down also. So this is really doing the braking, so this will hold it in the down position. So right now it's down. To get the wheel going, I have to push the electric brake, kick that, pops up, now I'm free. So now I can say go forward, off we go.
How cool.
That's my second notch.
I didn't even feel it.
Well, I felt it.
Oh, you felt it?
There's really not what I'm looking for. Now my third notch.
Okay. I felt it, but it was very smooth.
Yeah, for no transmission.
For what it
That's why
is.
the steps are very close together. That's why they have 5 steps.
But what is the step doing if it's not changing a gear?
No, there's no gear change.
Right.
They just put the voltage in the
Oh, it's
motor.
just voltage. Yeah.
This voltage going in the motor. So more electricity, off it goes.
Huh.
So we have an intersection coming up here. So when you hit the speed bump, they did not have speed bumps in 1914. That's later on I did. Some guy, let's put some concrete and slow them up.
Those darn speed bumps.
Yeah.
So I'm slowing out right now. I'm neutral. Use foot brake. Or should I go to speed bump? I use electric brake to stop the vehicle.
More spring in the seat than the car.
Right.
Yeah.
And now, let's go forward a little bit. So traffic, okay.
Does it have regenerative braking? Is that a silly question?
Nope. The word regenerative did not exist.
Yeah.
In that era time phase. The dictionary is very thin in those days. Now I'm going to be turning around, and right now I'm still neutral. As long as I'm rolling, if not, I get a little shot of juice to keep me moving as I go around the corner. Now I'll pull the street and come back a little bit, and then I'll stop and check the traffic.
Yeah.
And I use electrical foot, using the foot a little bit here. Okay, now we go across the street. We'll get past this bump here, and I'll show you how we back this guy up. Okay, now to back this guy up. Now back to stop the guy first. Now to back it up, I take this lever and push up 45-degree angle. All I'm doing is taking the motor and taking the voltage of the motor and switching the polarity to DC current, DC power. So I can play polarity games back and forth on the motor. Now, true, I push this guy forward to go forward. But when I do this, it goes backwards. But I'm still pushing that lever forward. Talk about confusing the brain at the same time. And that's the interest part at that point. And back to setting up, imagine operating this stuff here and doing this all at the same time. At the museum, I cheat. I pull them forward. We have a car mover, moves it around, back to the museum. So because you had to go through a fence there, you got the building right there.
Yeah.
So this is a lot safer just by stopping and going that way.
Where is this garaged?
In the museum.
Is that here?
No, this is the museum. We came from Hood River, Oregon, and we were down here last year. This coming Saturday, I'm taking it down to Brooks, Oregon, to the fairgrounds down there. They have a small EV show down there.
Cool.
And so we drag this one. We have a truck and trailer over here that brought this one down. And so we do travel. And the airplanes that we do have, we also fly those out, give rides in those.
Wow.
And also we have a big Ford tri-motor now, came in 2 years ago. And that one, if there's an air show down near Portland, it flies down near Portland. We've flown to other locations, all certified. One of the pilots that flies that aircraft is a pilot for Alaska Airlines, but he lives in Portland, Maine. So
Okay.
he has to get the hot seat from Maine to Seattle, so he flies that one. And once he's flying commercial, then he comes down to us and flies our Ford tri-motor. It's
Wow.
all mechanical, no hydraulics, no nothing. So can you imagine what the brain's going through in those days? Because one, you're doing everything to control. It takes two guys to fly it, and then all the controls are on the outside done by cables. Because if they were inside, some kid could pull a cable, and guess where the airplane goes? That way, straight down. So that's where you get around that one. So
Wow.
his brain must really know which way do I fly, which way am I going.
And what's the name of the museum again?
WAM, it's Antique Aero Automotive
Yeah, we'll
Museum.
go fast enough.
That's with W and 3 WAMs. We're on the internet,
Mm-hmm.
so you find the information. We're open all year long, except Christmas, New Year's, and Thanksgiving. So it's a fun museum. It's a working museum. We do drive cars around. We have Tuesdays, Thursdays, and working days. So we go on and come neighbors, whatever, all volunteers. About 5 people payroll, all the rest are volunteers. So all volunteers just doing this.
That's awesome.
So
Well,
it's
thank you.
interesting.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I also wanted to give a massive shout out to the Western Antiques, Airplanes, and Automobiles. Sorry, getting an order in here. Damn it, Cam. This is what happens whenever you try to film a video and you have the apps on. Can't have anything nice. You just can't have anything nice. This is the way that it goes. All right, Uber, that's enough. That is enough. I'm not taking the order. I'm trying to film a video right now, Uber.